Welcome to very, I guess, abbreviated live before lock look. It is a small slate in the NBA. It doesn't start till 7:30, but I this is the only time I can come on here. We're gonna talk about whatever I can talk about as far as the NBA slate goes and the NHL. Go over a couple of announcements as well. The MMA DFS video is up on the board. It's a pretty straightforward type of slate. The video will speak for itself. If you have any questions about that, just let me know. We're going to put the MMA betting video up tomorrow. There's NASCAR tonight. The dual slates. I thought about it, but I'm not putting sheets up for that. I just have very little confidence in the numbers. So I'm not even going to put them up. I'm going to probably play just to let you know, but I just don't feel comfortable putting them up. It's very quite a bit of variance to say the least. And but I will put up sheets for the main stuff this weekend for NASCAR. That's another thing. And this is, I guess, the last slate before the All-Star break. Just a little 3-gamer, I believe. So we'll try to take that down, and we'll do hockey as well. Interesting thing about hockey, by the way, tonight, in my MME builds, I found leaving a lot of money on the table. I don't know exactly why that is. I think it's because, I'm looking at my numbers here. There's just not a lot of salary out there, I think. Unless you really want to spend for these Boston guys, you can build your lineups kind of easily. And if you're kind of a stickler for correlation like I am, you're going to end up leaving money on the table. So that's where I'm at. I will go over who I like. We'll do it in the NBA in a minute. In hockey, I was able to get Calgary and Carolina in like really, really easily, which probably means they're going to be really chalky, but nonetheless. In the MME builds, I had some other stuff going on. I have some Detroit, and things like that. So in my single entry, though, I do think that Calgary and Carolina are the two best plays. So you could judge for that. We had a little bit of a sweat, by the way. We'll take a quick look at it. In the tennis, I think our own Adam Perry was continuing his good fortunes. He was in first place, but I think he needs to fade somebody. Yeah, so just take a look at this. Let's share screen. So we'll look at this, and you see he's in first place, but he's got to fade quite a number of things. First of all, Jay Wolf. Jay Wolf basically has to lose, right? He's not going to win with less than 56. So Wolf, and then also Zapata, he's 377. So he's got to lose 2. There's like a lot of guys. Fritz is the annoying one because he's 10-9. So he's probably going to, not probably. He doesn't have to win in straight sets, right? So got a little bit of sweat. Sorry about that, Clay. Yeah, so we do have a little bit of sweat. This is Steve Goodman. This is Adam Perry. He's at first, but he's got to fade a bunch of stuff. So we got to root against Wolf. We got to root against Zapata. Got to root. Well, actually, he can't win, right? Because he's got to fade both of these guys who are facing each other. So, okay, so there's no sweat in the tennis. Sorry about that. League of Legends off to a decent start, but there's no need to do that. Got like 4 hours left to go. So let's take a look at the NBA sheets and see what they look like. Again, this could change because I think there are some questionableness that we have to talk about. I should pull that up. So we're looking at my sheets up over here, and then we will look at the let's look at a little bit of the news, I guess. Let's see. NBA Twitter feeds. I have just nothing really. I really don't see any news at all that's even worth mentioning. So just going to go with the projections, at least for the time being here. And so you're seeing Kobe White with the best projection as far as point per dollar goes, almost 7x here. Then you have Marjan Beauchamp, Desamnu. None of them are 7x, but they're pretty close. And when you look at it by Sheets value score, you have Giannis is just insane amount of fantasy points. I mean, he has a projection, if we just look at fantasy points, 18 points higher than the next one. So that is that would seem like a very difficult thing to fade. But I'll tell you, I'm only getting like 55% of him in my initial builds. Now, just so you know what I'm playing tonight is an awesome thing. There's like a $4 MME tournament today. So I'm going to play like at least 50 lineups in that one. Also, if you play that, keep in mind that you're going to be up against hundreds of thousands of entries. I mean, it's going to be you've got to really play some hoodoos. I mean, I don't think you're going to be able to play Kobe White and get there in that tournament. I mean, it's a good play, but if you want to flat out win that. So given the fact, though, that Giannis is going to project 15 points higher than anybody else, I think it's probably a good idea to play him. So let's talk about that for a minute, because I deliberately did not build my my main bigger buy-in in the NBA here. First of all, let me see what is this Gobert thing. So Gobert, he's questionable. He's suited up, so he's probably going to play. Okay. It's obviously something to keep an eye on. You're getting in this initial build, I'm getting Taurean Prince. I just have to feel as though I got to be able to do better. So let's just clear this, and let's see if we can't just literally build a single entry lineup using the sheets. So let's put in Giannis. All right, let's just put him in. I mean, he's got a value score of 207. He's like 37 points more than anybody else. I'm just not fading that, especially in the big buy-in. So that's going to go in first. What's the next guy I want to put in? Well, if I'm looking at this, you got all these guys are pretty equal. Kobe White with this big ownership projection. I mean, I'm just kind of inclined to fade that. That's my instinct here. So let's do that. Let's fade the Kobe White, and let's take the next best thing. Now you could certainly play Drew. I mean, he's the second highest value score here. And as long as we're not going to play Kobe White, I think you can do pretty much whatever you want. But let's check this out. You have Gobert with about 30% ownership. Then you have Vooch with about 23. I'm looking at center here. This Ayton play for some reason is kind of calling to me a little bit. I just don't think that anybody's going to play this. And as you say, probably for a good reason, but he does have a significantly lower value score than some of these guys. But I don't know. I mean, let's what happens if we put him in? Again, we're trying to get a little bit different here. So if we put Ayton here at center, now we're at 4,800 a man. So as long as we don't play Kobe White, then I think we can get away with this. So 4,800 a man. We're not worried about stacking. We're not worried about anything else. We're just trying to find some plays here. So let's pull this up again and see if there's anybody. Bradley Beal is sort of low owned. That could be interesting. Him or Kuzma. What about Bradley Beal? Now, can we afford that? That's the thing. If we could actually afford that, I just don't know if we're going to be able to. Like, what happens if I do put in Bradley Beal? Then we're obviously going to be playing all the 3K guys, but let's just see if we can even do that. No, you see, we can do this. So now we have Giannis, 2 low-owned pivots. We're not going to play Kobe White. And then I think we just go straight point per dollar, right? I think this is worth doing. So let's take a look. Point per dollar. It's Kobe White. All right. So you can really play all of these guys. Can you even play? See, I really don't feel like playing Taurean Prince. We're not playing Kobe White. Marjan Beauchamp, I mean, he really burned me this one time. Let me see if he's actually done anything. This is Connaughton out, right? That's why this is all happening. I mean, I don't know about this. This is like pretty brutal. He's just never. I mean, you got to go back to here. I mean, I guess he could do it. But I'd rather kind of do something else. I'm just curious. Now I'm getting really, really greedy. What if we played Conley? I mean, he's like an actual basketball player. Does he even have a decent projection? Let's see. I mean, this is pretty good. I mean, we haven't even dipped into the Dregs Society yet. We have actual basketball players here. Is Conley able to play like minutes? He played 30 minutes in his last one. And you get a little bit of sort of correlation with Conley and Bradley Beal, a little bit. Okay. So now at 4,000 a man, now we should probably just go point per dollar. We've gotten fancy enough. I think so. So what do we do? Could we play either a Sumnu, Beauchamp? We could play Grayson Allen or Ingles. Pretty much any of these guys. I don't want to play Taurean Prince. Josh Okogie has been really a part of this offense. I mean, now I'm really asking for it. Like, he's gotten 30 fantasy points 2 games in a row, 40 the game before that. Yeah, but some of that was without Booker. So I don't think we can do it. I don't think we could do that. But is DeSumnu no, he's not a small forward eligible. I think we're going to have to play the Beauchamp after all, right? I mean, if he's going to start and be 3K, I think we're just going to have to do it. I mean, because his position eligibility is really, really something to pay attention to. So you play Beauchamp, and now you can just have a guard, a forward, and a utility. So now we're at 4,300 a man. You could do any of this stuff. You can go back to DeSumnu if you want. Again, the only thing we're not doing is playing Kobe White. That's the only thing that we're kind of avoiding. Play Grayson Allen. You could do that. For some reason, I think you don't want to play Grayson Allen and Beauchamp, though. But let's play. Who do we want to play? Ingles? Taurean Prince. The Taurean Prince play just kind of rubs me the wrong way. What if I could? But let's just see. If I played Prince at forward, I mean, why can't I play Jaden McDaniels? I mean, he's like an actual basketball player, right? He plays 30 minutes sometimes. And 30 minutes here. I mean, I think this is a better play than any of this Taurean Prince nonsense. And then we can play 4,600. Can't fill in the whole lineup. But needless to say, there are guys you could play. I could actually play Kobe White in this lineup, if you want to know the truth. So that's the deal. So Kyle Anderson. This is the news. Okay. So this is what we're waiting on. So if Kyle Anderson does not play, that's why all this stuff becomes a good. But I think Jaden McDaniels is going to be a good play anyway. What's Terrence Mann been up to? Been playing 27, 28 minutes. That could be reasonable. Is he getting a projection at all? Why is Terrence Mann not even appearing in my list here? He's just not getting any kind of projection. If you played Kobe White and left money on the table, that would be an interesting way to go. Or you could play Patrick Williams. Why does Kobe White have to get there today and not Patrick Williams? Well, because Patrick Williams is really just not really a high usage type of guy, right? But I mean, he's going to be in there for 30 minutes. I think I prefer the Somnu. Or what we can do is we could just put in Terrence Mann. And then what if we feel like it, we could swap this Ayton Mann thing for something different, like if we want to play Plumlee or Zubac, something like that, and then move up at utility. So I think this is probably a little bit too low owned. But worth a shot, right? So this is probably a little bit too fancy. I mean, I could really honestly just play Kobe White here. Kobe White into Somnu. I'm getting different enough, I think, with Beal, Conley, McDaniels, and Ayton, where I could play Kobe White. I wish I could leave myself the option. So this is going to be my choice, whether to play Kobe White or to just fade him in the big one. Because remember, Kobe White in his last game, I mean, he was just so hyper efficient. And it doesn't work that way like all the time, you know? $30 minutes. See the idea, but by the way, the reason why this is all happening is because Caruso is out. Of course, we could make life nice and easy on ourselves, just play Levine. And we could probably afford to do that. Not play Ayton, play someone else at center. Like for example, I mean, just for example, if I did want to play Gobert here, and we could just go ahead and say, screw Bradley Beal. We could then play whatever we want. We could play Levine. And then life is just extremely easy, right? But I don't think I want to make my life easy. I think I want to fade Levine, fade Kobe White. Maybe we'll play for, maybe a blowout. Blowout works with Giannis getting just enough points to get there. Put Ayton over here, put Terrence Mann over here. This is definitely off the beaten path, but that's probably what I'm end up doing, or something like it. And then in my whatchamacallit builds, as I was mentioning in my in my MMEs, I'm just getting a whole bunch of Kobe White here. And like all this Rudy Gobert. Now we have to make sure that he's playing, obviously, Gobert. But this is kind of what it looks like. It's like 76% Rudy Gobert, which is not something you usually get. So what I'll probably do again, this Ayton play is like really calling me. So I'm going to up this to 30% Ayton and see if it even lets me. Yeah, it's getting there. It's a little less Gobert. But this pumps up Ayton a little bit. Gets Conley up there a little bit. So this is actually what I kind of like. And I don't care about playing three guys in the same lineup here. This is totally fine. Although, can you really play all three of those guys? I mean, you can actually. You could definitely play all three of them. All right, so we're gonna play all this crap in the lottery. And I guess that was my big take is Ayton and Beal, I think. I mean, those are not exactly, the greatest plays, which is why I'm playing. And we'll put this one in there as well, just for the hell of it. Okay. And I just want to just double check and see how much Ayton and Beal I have, because I do want to get Beal in the I don't want projections, I want entries yet. And I do want Beal as kind of a pivot. I mean, it's a 3-game slate. You just have to be somewhat 18%. All right, that's good enough. Considering I have my main lineup as well. That seems reasonable. And I am getting this Dalen Terry character also. I mean, you never know. He can get some minutes, so we'll play him also. Maybe that's the idea instead of the Beauchamp. Is Dalen Terry a better play than Beauchamp? I mean, he's going to be coming off the bench. He could get a blowout run. Maybe that's what I'm supposed to do instead of Beauchamp in my big buy-in. Giannis will get him enough fantasy points to get to the blowout, and then Dalen Terry gets the blowout run. Well, you know what? I think I have enough Terry in the lottery to 15%. Should I play more of him? I mean, why is Terry? Oh, because he's coming off the bench. I was going to say, why should Terry be a worse play than Beauchamp? I think they should be just a little bit closer. This is really just splitting hairs here, but we're going to do this. We're going to do this. We're going to go to Dalen Terry. We're going to give him a little bit more. We'll give him 20. Boom. And then we're going to go and make sure that Beauchamp only has let's put him in max 30. So we're going to have, who did I say? Terry 24 and Beauchamp 20. Okay, this all makes sense. I just don't need a Kogi to have as much because a lot of that was done without Booker in. So we'll move him back a little bit. We'll move him to max 30. Okay. And I think that this is all good now. All right. I think we're in business here. And we have to kind of obviously look to make sure to the Kyle Anderson news. If Kyle Anderson is in, I just hate playing guys with the back spasms. But then again, if he's going to play, he probably doesn't have the back spasms. So, all right. Now we're good. Terrence Mann thing I still don't know about. And we'll just see what happens. Okay. We will save this, and let's see if there are any questions. Doesn't look like I have any questions. As far as tomorrow goes, we don't have, NBA. I don't know if I'm going to go live or whatever. Look at all this money left on the table in these hockey lineups. Probably seems damn wrong to do this, but you know what? I don't care. Let's go. Let's just take a look, actually. Let's see what the slate's like for tomorrow. Well, NBA tomorrow is nothing, right? Just confirm that. Yeah. NHL tomorrow. 5-game slate, and we could talk about NASCAR and other stuff. Okay, that will do it. Good luck, everybody.